Welcome back to yet another video, and of course, as always, I am reminding you to like and subscribe. Guys, subscribe and turn on notifications. When you turn on notifications, select all so you never miss an upload. If you haven't subscribed yet and you watch the videos every day, what are you doing? What are you doing? So we are using the Bastion in this video. Bastion apparently got buffed, and I think it apparently is true because I used it, and let's just say my opponents were not happy with me for using Bastion. I was so surprised by the fact that I think I used Bastion for 3 games, and in every single game I got teabagged a lot. Before we get into the ethics and morals of teabagging, just kidding by the way, we do have a quick word from today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Everyone knows Raid Shadow Legends by now, but did you know it's Raid's 2nd anniversary? That's right, it's been 2 years since Raid burst onto the scene and completely took over mobile gaming. And since then, Raid has only gotten bigger and better. It started out with humble beginnings, just like most games, simple concept art, character design, ideas, and from there the game only went on to blow up, becoming the #1 mobile RPG game in the United States. With a massive community, 70 million downloads, 1 million daily players, 2 billion live player battles, 10 billion PvE battles fought, just an absolutely massive community of players who are playing Raid Shadow Legends every single day, and we want you to also be a part of it. Raid wants to thank all of its awesome players for the songs and the competitions, for the cosplays, and just for the good times in general. And of course the many content creators who are helping players in the community to grow and to flourish together whilst playing Raid Shadow Legends. There has never been a better time to start playing Raid Shadow Legends. Come join the party and celebrate with Raid. Come join Raid for year 3 of Raid Shadow Legends. Lots of battles, mayhem, and fun to be had playing Raid Shadow Legends in 2021. So what's new in Raid? This month is Raid's 2-year anniversary, and the schedule is absolutely packed with amazing events. They've got 6 straight weeks of anniversary events and tournaments running from March 1st all the way through to the middle of April. All of them with insane prizes to win. They're even launching their first ever clan versus clan tournament to give players a chance to compete directly against one another and see who is better and who is more badass. If you want to get a huge head start in Raid, all you have to do is hit the link in the description or scan my QR code and you'll get your free epic champion Jotun, who is amazing in the Doom Tower, plus 100,000 silver, 50 gems and 3 ancient shards, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in game. All of this treasure will be waiting for you right here, so don't miss out guys. These rewards are only available for the next 30 days and only for new players. Hope to see you out there. Raid Shadow Legends. Now again, listen, teabagging is not such a big deal. In fact, it's kind of funny, especially in circumstances like this, where I put on a gun and I seem to get the entire lobby on tilt. And today we're going to be talking about the Bastion. It's a kind of a contentious weapon. I see people putting it in the same category as something like Arbalest. A lot of people think it needs a big nerf, especially on console. People really hate this weapon, and there's a huge debate about it. I think my opinion on Bastion might be an unpopular one. But of course, everybody's perspective is different and based on, you know, their personal perspective, right? That's why it's your perspective, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the Bastion got a buff, it seems. I think it got like an extra meter or 2 range. And if you guys are unaware of how this weapon works, think of it as like a full auto shotgun from Call of Duty, but it has a charge time. So it has a charge time and it has a kill distance of around 18 to 20 meters. I'm not 100% sure exactly what the kill range is, but the point is, it's a very, very long range kill, and all you have to do is charge up and point it at someone and they will die. It also is extremely, extremely lethal against supers. Now, here's the thing with this weapon, Bastion. I don't know, like, I find it annoying to die to at times, but because I'm a slug shotgun user primarily, I have very little trouble shutting a Bastion user down, because with something like the Chaperone, I can operate in a similar range to them and just kill them in one shot without any charge time. Now of course, there's a little bit more effort involved in landing a headshot with the slug shotgun compared to using the Bastion. That simply cannot be denied by even the most ardent Bastion users. Bastion is a very, very easy weapon to use in my opinion. Now I never use this gun, and when I say never, I mean I never use this gun. And you'll see how I'm, you know, just killing everyone with this weapon. It is a low effort, high reward weapon in my opinion. I hope that doesn't offend any Bastion mains, but if you think a charge time is really that difficult to master, then I don't know. You should try some other things, because it's really not hard to master a charge time. It's pretty simple stuff, especially when you have very little else to, you know, think about when you're using this gun. All you have to do is time your charge, and the gun does the rest. There's little to no recoil control. There's no leading your shot. There's nothing else going into this other than pointing at someone, holding down the charge, and killing them. Of course, pre-firing and pre-charging is an element of a skill gap to an extent, but you know, it's not that difficult to use, let's be honest. And the output that you get for the weapon is very, very strong. But do I think it needs a nerf? I don't think it does. Hear me out, guys, hear me out. Now, here's one thing I want to acknowledge as well before I go on to say why I don't think it needs a nerf, and that is that because of the nature of this weapon, it fires 3 bursts, okay? So it's a 3 burst fusion rifle. Every single one of those bursts does enough to kill you out of your super. Not out of your super, sorry. Every single one of those bursts does enough to kill you, right? So it does like 200 damage per burst, which is absolutely insane. And if I were to tone the weapon down at all, I would, you know, say tone down the damage of each burst. Make it so that, you know, you can't just, maybe make it so you can't one-shot with 1 burst. And I'll tell you why one-shotting with 1 burst is particularly problematic on last-gen consoles. On last-gen consoles, you're playing at 30 frames per second, and you know, the hit reg and the latency and the netcode is for sure at its worst. So what will happen is, you'll see someone charging a Bastion and they will fire it at you, and on your screen, you will go into cover, but the Bastion, because of its hit reg, triple burst nature, it will just hit you anyway. It will hit you through the wall, it'll hit you through the cover, it'll hit you through whatever you were hiding behind, and it's very, very frustrating to die to. And for that reason, I feel like last-gen console players are particularly aggrieved by the Bastion, as the entire lobby here seem to be aggrieved by my Bastion gameplay. Now, here's the thing, guys. On next-gen consoles and on PC, you're not going to get hit through the wall as often, because you're playing at a higher frame rate. The game is generally operating a little bit more smoother than it does on last-gen console, and if you use cover correctly, you can basically not die to Bastion. Now, of course, it does operate in a really dangerous range of 18-20 meters, which is quite a primary-friendly range. You don't really want to challenge this weapon with a primary at those kind of ranges. Basically, your main counters are to play distance and primary them, or if you're using a shotgun, to use your movement, get close, and pull the trigger on your shoddy before they can charge up the Bastion. A good player will be able to do that pretty consistently. Now, this is especially amplified if you're using a slug shotgun like I do. You can just headshot them, and if you're hitting your headshots, they're not going to have much answer to it, you know what I mean? It's very, very powerful. And why I don't think it necessarily needs a nerf is because it has a very, very steep range fall off. After around 18 meters, it's literally going to do nothing to you. It's not going to get you one shot. It's not going to leave you really weak. It's nothing close to being as powerful as something like Arentil in the Forsaken era, which could literally consistently kill you at 30 or 40 meters, which was absolutely insane. Compared to that, it's quite tame, even though I just got a triple, the easiest triple of my life. It is very powerful, but the thing is, I think some exotics should just be powerful. There's nothing wrong with having an exotic that's very strong. It has a very unique, or not, I don't want to say unique, but it's a niche playstyle with the charge time, and you know, it's just a gun that I find is annoying but not overpowered, in my opinion. So it's nowhere near as obnoxious as something like Arbalest. And let me tell you why. An Arbalest user will be able to one-shot you from any position on the map at any time. He could be 100 meters away, he could be 1 meter away. He's going to be able to kill you. And if that player is even half decent, it'll be a very obnoxious experience for you. A Bastion user is limited to like 18 meters. You stay out of that 18 meter range, the Bastion user can't do anything to you. And for that reason alone, Bastion cannot be compared to something like the Arbalest, in my opinion. And for that reason, I would put it pretty low down on my list of priorities for a weapon that needs a nerf. I think 120 RPM hand cannons need a nerf before Bastion, and I think Arbalest desperately needs a nerf before Bastion. So there's my opinion. We got teabagged to holy hell for using Bastion, but it was worth it for the content. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.